I feel like this year was an interesting experience. I mean, this is my first time like being involved, but with the whole government shutdown and it being a remote event, I was like, this is an interesting experience. And like NASA did really well with navigating just the entire competition and just organizing and like making the sudden switch the day of, which I think is just really honestly amazing to think that like people were like able to think on their feet and get things rolling even when like there were so many obstacles. So I think that's awesome. Honestly, I saw like a LinkedIn post or something. I'm also really involved with like NASA. I like interned there previously, and I think someone sent me an email. They're like, "You should do this," but I also was like super busy. But I was like, honestly, why not? And then I had like a last minute flight to LA, and so I wasn't in the Bay Area. But yeah, now. Yeah, it was an interesting experience, and I'd love to be part of it again.
I heard about like hackathons from my friend Tasha because she lives in the Bay Area, and I've always wanted to do one. And I was just kind of looking at like NASA's space biology research for graduate school applications. And then one of the challenges is the space bio challenge, and that's one that we submitted. So that's how I found the hackathon, and I just kind of crashed with Tasha. And just kind of flew out to visit her, and I thought it'd be fun to also visit NASA.
That's so sweet. Were you able to make it out to the Mountain View office?
No, because it was like totally closed. But it was just like kind of like nomaded around the city, and we're just like coding like at the Golden Gate Bridge.
I love that. Yeah, you guys were at that bar that one night.
Yeah, there was like a bar on like Sunday night, and like we were coding there.
That's fun. Yeah,
that's fun.
Yeah, I had like an unexpected like in-person meeting that I had to be in LA for, so I like flew out, which I guess it worked out because everything was remote.
Yeah.
But honestly, like it's incredible to see how many people how many people were involved, but also like how well organized it was considering like these sudden shifts. And I think that was just like honestly great. We actually didn't know each other personally, but we all kind of had a channel in this like NASA wide Discord channel, and then we kind of posted our names and like what we do and what we're interested in, and then I think what attracted me to Sarah's profile was that Sarah and Tasha were two women in industry, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's really rare to find other women. So I reached out to him and I was like, yeah, I want to work with them. And then we kind of someone else kind of reached out to me, and then we kind of like built out a team there. And then in terms of like the bioengine, I think Tasha was the one who came up with the idea at first. Yeah. But I was really inspired to kind of build something that's really useful for people who are in industry and research, but with like a variety of experiences and backgrounds that can easily access information and reference research articles that are reliable sources. And I think I don't know if it was Sarah's idea, but or Carson's idea, someone's idea about like making it an engine and making it like a prompt-based system that you can ask questions for. Or actually, no, that was Carson, yeah. And then Sarah was like really involved in like graphics and like the knowledge maps. And I personally was involved in kind of all over the place, like helping out with coding, trying to figure out like user interface side of things. And yeah, it was just a really, really, and then also some media stuff too. It was a really nice experience, even though it was like a crunch hour.
One of my friends, like she's also in tech, not Tasha, but she actually entered and won her first hackathon, like first place. And that really inspired me because, yeah, like she felt like a little intimidated by the challenge. And obviously, yeah, like it was just her and her other girlfriend, and there was not too many others. But they ended up like winning. And so I kind of had that same idea of like when you have like a buddy, like I had Tasha, it kind of empowered me to start a new team instead of like looking to join someone else's, because, you know, two people, like it's like, you know, you have a buddy and it's a lot less intimidating. Also, I knew that like Tasha had a lot of good coding skills. Like she does ML researching for her job. So that was also kind of a smart thing that I was trying to do, was like finding she's like kind of, even though we're the same age, it was like she was my mentor because she was helping me a lot, getting over like the learning curve really fast since we had such a time crunch. And I brought like the space knowledge because me, Sophia, and I don't know about Gari, but like I work in the space industry. Like I work at Draper. So I'm an aerospace engineer for a living, but I do a lot of hardware. And so I would use this information so I know how a user would want it to be built. And that's kind of what me and Sophia and Gari were working on. But Tasha and Carson were really involved on like the coding side since they had a lot more experience there.
Yeah, that's all so awesome. Like I think it was such a well curated group, and I don't know if it was like intentional, but like I think we all just like it just like attracted and it worked out, and I think that's like such a vibe, and I'm like so glad. I feel like we haven't met in person, but like you guys are like lifelong connects and friends. So I think that's awesome. Also, speaking of women in space, I'm helping to organize quick little plug. I'm organizing Sally's Night. I'm taking care of LA's location, but it's an international event and it's the first inaugural event hosted to celebrate women in aerospace. So I'd love for you guys to also join.
I'm Gauri. I just recently graduated from MIT, and before that, I was working as a product manager for Toyota in Tokyo in like autonomous vehicles industry. And yeah, always been involved in like CS and like tech side, and joined this hackathon because like it's interesting, and literally I didn't have a team when I joined, and I'm so grateful that I found this team, and like we kind of had a lot of synergy in the group, and like everybody took their responsibility, like the tech side and the working on videos. And uh, also I think one of the things is like even if we create something technically very good, we also need skills to like showcase it in a way like that sounds like useful, applicable. So I think we really connected those pieces together, and that helped us win this place, I think. So yeah, very interesting and grateful for this experience.
So Sarah's my best friend since 7th grade, and she flew all the way to California just for the hackathon. And I live in San Francisco, so we just like made a trip out of it. And we so she really wants to work on like biology data sets because she works at Draper, and so that's why we wanted to do the challenge with like using NASA's proprietary like research data. And I just really love making knowledge graphs because I use Obsidian to take all my notes, and like the backlink feature. So we put those two ideas together, and yeah, we just had a great weekend like working on it. And the visualization looks super cool as well. We had a lot of trouble getting Elasticsearch working, and so one of our teammates wrote like a really simple 5-line script to get the Elasticsearch service working. And then after that, it was great because we just layered features on top of that. The hackathon sponsors like Microsoft Azure, and then the Elasticsearch like developer relations guy was very helpful. So he was able to hop on a call and debug with us. So I don't think I have any feedback. It was all really smooth.
Yeah, I totally agree with Tasha's point there. Jonathan from Elasticsearch, I believe is his name, was really helpful, and the sponsors were great. With the turnaround time with the government shutdown, again, I'm going to reiterate like how awesome it was that we were able to bring this remote. And honestly, like if I were to make this better, I would like market it more so that more people could join. And I think it would make it like a more exciting and enticing experience. Yeah.
My name is Carson. I come from an aerospace software development background. I actually am local to Mountain View. I'm out in Sunnyvale, and I learned about the competition from an Instagram advertisement, which I thought was a little funny. It kept popping back up. I'm like, okay, well, it's nearby. It looks fun. And so I signed up, and I was a little worried about meeting teammates. Usually I look forward to joining the competition day of and just interacting with other people that I see. and finding my spot there. And when it went virtual, the Discord was active enough, and I'm glad that I found this group of people. I feel like we got together well to make a cool project.
If I were to point out anything, Carson took a train to work with the team and spent an hour on the train because of the mission of what NASA's doing with space hacks. And I think just that ambition and that innovation doesn't go unseen. And just Sarah flying out to the Bay Area. And I think it's such an incredible mission to bring people together to build really exciting things. And yeah, if people are willing to like travel and like take time out of their day to do this for the cause of science, then why not? Like, I think that's so awesome.
I've never been to the Bay Area, and I know that there was a local Cambridge event, but I've always wanted to go and to see what it's like since so much innovation has happened in Silicon Valley. And it's just wonderful to see that NASA's been such a big part of that. Especially because NASA Mountain View is not one of like the bigger sites in California, but it's one of apparently like the most powerful because of the innovation it drives and how it synergizes with the other companies in the area. And I just think that's really awesome, and I learned so much about it, and I honestly would love to go back.
It was very well planned, like the website and the challenge description. It really helped us like work on our challenge and put pieces together. Also, I think Discord was one of the like best parts of the hackathon because we got a lot of support, and I think team formation was key to this event. So I think we'll encourage anybody to join, even if they don't have a team or don't have idea. They should join this if they're interested. And you previously asked about like the improvement ideas. I think it was already very well planned. Just one thing was, I think I remember we were struggling with finding some hosting service. We were trying to purchase something towards the end. So if it's possible to like give some credits to participants and make hosting easier, I think that would be great.
Wonderful experience, and really excited to see whether we make it to the global winners.
As someone who's familiar with challenges like these, I know that I could hop in and usually have a good time. But for any newcomers or people interested in the challenge that may be worried that they might, not find their skill set or know how they may contribute, I encourage you to apply and participate anyways, because I know that you'll meet other people that will encourage you to, find what you're good at and contribute. And you'll have a good time meeting new people and working towards a final project in the end. I think everyone is, should be encouraged and would have a fun time competing in events like these.
Yeah, it's such a good opportunity to learn. I think that's the biggest thing is you've no idea who's going to be there with what skills. It's just like a free-for-all to kind of just pick up skills for fun and challenge yourself, and then you can bring that back to whatever you do every day. I'm working with some human data sets right now, and I didn't really know how to use them before because it's not like a normal hardware piece. And working with this, even though we weren't using data, we were kind of just querying it for articles, like the tool of querying and visualizing it, like the way that Tasha made the node graph. That was really eye-opening for me, as like I could very easily see like this line of code being transferred to my side project and helping me make a visualization that's a lot better than a normal scatter plot, especially with like the AI tools that we have available to us. The thing I will say, and this is just like one thing that crossed my mind, has nothing to do with the projects, but if the judges are watching, our Spock engine's down because Elasticsearch ended the free trial. So it did work. Just don't
Yeah. I think it's such a great opportunity, honestly, inspire people and give people the tools to really build really incredible systems, but also bring like visionaries and like creatives and people with different backgrounds into the same space. I know like it was not only just a variety of engineers and like software developers who were a part of this event, but also there were a lot of creatives that were kind of finding new ways to really talk about science and share their ideas. I mean, those are like other projects that are not ours, but like I looked through like some of those projects and I was like, wow, this is so inspiring. This is so cool. Like it pushes me to kind of want to continue learning and really makes me excited about being an aerospace engineer in this field as well. So yeah.